Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Avdiivka is over. So the Russians announced and claim that they took full control of Avdiivka. I said this yesterday, probably is going to happen today, the next day, within 2 or 3 days, I said. It happened the next day. Well, the Russians claim they took control of the entire town, and we have the Ukrainians claiming that the Russian army took prisoners, a lot of them. We don't know yet because I didn't read the article to see how many. Also, the Russians give us a little clue of how many they claim, how many Ukrainian soldiers they killed in the past 24 hours in the clumsy retreat. That's what the Russians are saying. That actually these guys retreated like crazy. It was not organized, and the Russians, unfortunately for the Ukrainians, killed a lot of Ukrainians. I'm going to give you the number as I'm reading the article. I have 2 maps and I have 3 articles. Let's start with the first. Let's go. Or yeah, all right. We want to put Australia. Okay, Australia. What's up? Let's go. So we have first this article from Sputnik. Russian troops take full control of city of the Avdiivka. Shoigu reports to Putin. So Sergei Shoigu reported to Vladimir Putin, the Supreme Commander-in-Chief, on the complete taking of the Avdiivka under control by the Russian of the battle group Center under the command of Colonel General Mordvichev, the Ukrainian Defense Ministry said. As a result of the capture of Avdiivka from Ukrainian nationalists, an area of 31.75 square kilometers have been liberated, the Russian Ministry of Defense reported. Over the past 24 hours, Ukraine lost over 1,500 servicemen in the battles for Avdiivka, the ministry added. The battle group Center forces continue offensive operations to further liberate the Donetsk People's Republic from the Ukrainian nationalists, the Russian Defense Ministry reported. The liberation of Avdiivka has made it possible to move the front line away from Donetsk and significantly secure it from terrorist attacks by the Kiev regime. Measures are currently being taken to finally clear Avdiivka of militants and block Ukrainian units, the ministry stated. Cleanup operation. I hope they just come out. Only some scattered formations of Ukrainian militants managed to leave Avdiivka in a hurry. Only some scattered formations. That means all of them are over there. I would say about $15,000. Yes, 15,000 Ukrainians. We'll see. In a hurry, abandoning weapons and equipment. All right, so that's the first one. Let's go and see where this Avdiivka is. I'm going to first use the Russian map, and then I'm going to use the detailed one. So let's start with the map, with the Russian map, right. Where is it? Right here. I got lost in space. All right, here it is. And we're going to go obviously to Avdiivka. These guys, I didn't update their thing because it's from the 15. These are slackers, man. The Russians are slackers. Sputnik, right here. This Avdiivka in the center of the line of contact in Donetsk People's Republic, or Donetsk Oblast. But we have the other one, which is right here. That's the same thing as the one that these guys did not update. Right there. So this right here is this. No changes since morning, but if it's completely under control, all this should be done. Let me try to refresh it and see if I get anything else. But I just did it before I started this, so it shouldn't be any changes. Maybe. Oh, here it is. The mofos did it. So they took all control of this. So yeah, I pulled up this just before I got in here, and now look, it's all Avdiivka is over. let me go like this. Right, this is the city of Avdiivka. This is the coke plant, is under control of the Russians right here. All right, let's go back. Let's go to the next article. We're going to tell us more. Russia Today, key Donbass city of Avdiivka liberated. They call it today, the 17th of February, 2024. With Ukrainian forces routed, Russian soldiers are clearing the last pockets of resistance from the city. This is that little lake that I was mentioning. I'm going to show you with the park. Not these ones. Where is it? It's right here. This is the picture. This picture right here. This is the big lake from here, and this is the coke plant burning in the background. Russian forces have completely captured the city of Avdiivka, the Russian Defense Ministry announced on Saturday. Some 1,500 Ukrainian troops were killed as they retreated. Did you count them all? Okay, leaving their weapons and equipment behind, the ministry said. All right, it says, under the continuous fire of Russian troops, only individual scattered formations of Ukrainian militants managed to escape the city, the ministry said. That's the same thing as I said on the other side. And here's Zelensky called the order absolutely logical. No, it's late, very late, very late. Follow the capture, I said they should get out of this place a long time ago, about 5 months ago. Well, it says the Ukrainian defeat of Avdiivka had been predicted by officials in Washington and Western journalists for several weeks, and by Emil for months. Earlier this week, White House National Security Council spokesperson, he's not a man, John Kirby, blamed the loss of the city on the drying up of Western aid, while Zelensky echoed this excuse on Saturday, accusing his Western patrons of creating an artificial shortage of weapons. Well, thank you, you're welcome. So let's go to the last article, which comes from the Ukrainians. Russian army captures certain number of Ukrainian soldiers in Avdiivka, Ukrainian military official says. And they show Avdiivka conquered like these guys showed us on this one. All this is done. They showed how the arrows, the directions, and it's all over. Alexander Tarnavsky, commander of the Tavria Operational and Strategic Group of Forces, has reported that Ukraine will appeal to international humanitarian organizations and intermediary countries over a certain number of Ukrainian soldiers captured in the war-torn town of Avdiivka, covering the organized retreat. Organized, you're gonna hear this forever. Organized. I don't think it was organized whatsoever. I think they let them die over there until they said, give the order right now, and that's it. Give the order. And now they do damage control. Organized retreat. You're gonna hear this forever now. I'm waiting for the Russians to do what they do best, which is wait for these guys to throw all their shit out, all their lies, and then the Russians will say, Why? Because while doing this, they allow the imbeciles to dig their own holes in the ground, and because the Russians don't say anything, they say, hey, they don't say anything because they have nothing against us. So let's keep on lying. Coop, 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 and they go down. And after they reach the rock bottom over there, they're like, oh, my mouth is hot. Oh my God, this was hard. And then the Russians said, okay, let me show you. And they're going to show videos with how many people they captured. The same thing they did in Mariupol. 2,600 or about, they were captured. Oh, no, I'm sorry, they came out after they fulfilled the operation. Jesus Christ, my friends. It's known. You'll see. Covering the organized retreat of our units from Avdiivka, the artillery of the Tavria OSGF performed almost 400 fire missions. The withdrawal of personnel from Avdiivka took place in accordance with a plan developed with due regard to various scenarios and possible changes in the operational situation. Nevertheless, at the final stage of the operation, under the pressure of the enemy's superior forces, a certain number of Ukrainian soldiers were captured. All right, now we'll see. Tarnavsky stressed that the relevant Ukrainian institutions would appeal to international humanitarian organizations and intermediary countries to ensure that Russians treat prisoners of war humanely. Okay. A day earlier, Tarnavsky reported that several soldiers had been captured. I covered that one. How many Ukrainians do you think the Russians captured? I have about two numbers. I'm not going to go in between. I think it's either a lot or it's not going to be a big deal. So it's maybe I can go to 10,000, maybe 15, maybe 7,000. That's my upper crazy number. And the other one, I would say maybe a few hundreds. So this is the lowest. So the lowest, either low of a few hundreds, 500, 600, 400, something like this, or about 7, 8, 10,000, 15,000. All right, crazy as it sounds, that's my prediction. So they took over Red Rover. Well, we'll see what happens next. I'm assuming these guys in Washington will approve the billions of dollars, and all of a sudden, without the billions of dollars being transformed into weapons and shipped to Ukraine, the Ukrainians will start winning the next day. These guys think that we're baboons. That's what they're going to do. Oh, it was approved. And the next day, the mass media will start reporting Ukrainian successes because of that. But I didn't have time to even, the ink was still wet on the paper, before these guys, and they will already report successes. I guarantee you that. You'll see, and I'll be here to tell you. All right, we'll see what's next. Definitely is going to be Kupiansk. Kupiansk in the north. Let me show you that one. I'm going to show you on the Russian map because that's easy. No changes over there. So that's in the north, which is actually the far east of Ukraine. 1, 2, 3, P. Okay, right here. This is Kupiansk. This is the next one that's going to be discussed from now on. Kupiansk here. This is in the Kharkov Oblast. Kupiansk, Pakalansk, Trabalansk. Here it is. All right, let me check the other one and see how these guys are featuring Kupiansk, because these guys are more, as I said, it's even worse on this map, are updated better than the other ones. This is what this one shows, Kupiansk. Look how far they are. And the other one is Ini Mini Mini Mo. These are further. So this map clip shows this little bulge here that the other guys show like straight down here. See, straight down like that. And the other one shows all this conquered or liberated or occupied, however you want to call it. I don't give a damn. People just move westward towards Lisbon, because that's what they say. All right, thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and then be just. See you.